Okay, today we're looking at the Zulisy site here. Zulisy Oak. It's a green dot with Shake Awake. See if we can get in the picture. All right, so there you see it. Anyway, that's the other side. 3 MOA dot. The windage and elevation, you can hear the clicks in there, but I couldn't necessarily feel it in my hand. The battery compartment is on top. It's kind of nice. You have to remove it. It is RMR only. They do make the Otter, which I think is like a hollow sun, like 507K footprint. I previously fired another one of these on the Glock P320 9mm. They use a lot. I ran 300 rounds through it. I didn't have an issue whatsoever. The sight was fantastic in 9mm. So I noticed that someone on Amazon had asked about this sight and it could actually handle hot 10mm loads. I'm not going to try hot 10mm loads, but I got this to mount on here. I'm going to just do standard like MagTech for 200 rounds. I don't have the money for 1,000 rounds of 10mm, so that's not going to happen. But I'll definitely do 10mm 200 rounds, just standard load stuff, and let you know what I think about it. There was a Venom. I had a Venom mounted on this, and I bought it like that. And the Venom is a good one. It just doesn't have Shake Awake, and the Venom doesn't have a green option like this. So for me, I kind of have astigmatism, and what I see in the video is a nice round circle. What I see in real life is just kind of a starry blur. So unfortunately, it's just the way it is. With my glasses, it's a little bit better, and it looks really nice. You can set this up with some other functionality. You can read about it. I'm not going to try to explain it. And just so YouTube's happy here, you can see it's empty. There's nothing in there. Safe. Yeah. So I'm going to leave it closed for demonstration purposes. I like to run the TLR1 sight with the Omnivore holsters on the outside for like a gun belt type thing. That's what I normally do. I did want to talk about, I had trouble finding the 10mm bore sighter because most of them are actually 40 cal and they're too short and they move around. And I've tried two, and the laser on those 40 cal ones, even though they say 10mm, they do not work in a 10mm. The point of impact changes every time you put the chamber style laser bore sighter in there. So I decided not to go with that. I got this one. It's end bore laser. It's by this company with it, Bullet Eye. So yeah, Bullet Eye. There's a bore sighter. It's on Amazon. I can't remember how much. I'll put a picture at the end. But anyway, you just insert it here in the front, in the muzzle, and it goes in there tight. So it comes with different seals. This unscrews. I don't even know why they bother with this bullet look, but maybe if you just put it in a barrel by itself, it might, matter. And I have no fingernails, so getting this up off the floor is kind of a pain. There, we had a business card help us, or the warranty card. So yeah, what you're gonna do is just screw this on the end, like that, get it tight. And this, like if you go, before you go to the range, right, you can set this up to give you a bore sight. So I'm gonna try to move this as close as I can so you can kind of get an idea of where. So you kind of see the top of the laser. Anyway, at 30 feet, that green dot, the green dot of the sight is dead on with my bore sight laser. So I was pretty impressed with that out of the box, this thing is dead on, at least centered, at least for this Glock. You can kind of see the two right there. Gives you an idea of where it's at. So out of the box, I'm really impressed with this sight. if I was able to show you, you know, you get the idea there. So this thing lasted 300 rounds on a 9mm. Someone on Amazon was talking about hot load 10mm, so I'm gonna test this out to 200 rounds. This bore sight right now seems to work great. At the end of that, when I fire it, we'll recheck this after I get done firing 200 rounds, and we'll see if it's still looks the same, or if the, you know, if there's been a shift in the zero. I'm not gonna bang this around or anything like that. Really quickly, there were 2 other videos that I saw before I bought this one. One of them was a guy that he froze it, he put it in water, you know, and banged it around, did all kinds of stuff. And then he got to the range and it wasn't hitting to the point of impact that he likes. He had to adjust it. He fired some more rounds and then the red dot stopped working, or the green dot, I think it was doing a red dot, but it stopped working. And never in the video did he talk about replacing the battery. He didn't even talk about going and getting the battery to replace it. But maybe he just assumed it stopped working because the electronics were crap and it was done. But he kind of did the site a disservice by not putting another battery in it and then continuing his test. He just left it at that. And that kind of, I guess in a way, pissed me off and made me decide, I'm gonna buy one and I'm gonna see what it can actually do. He already beat it up, so I know it can handle that kind of stuff. The other video was guys that I think had the wrong kind of screw. So if you use a socket head screw in there and you bang it from side to side, yeah, your emitter is gonna change positions because this is a conical countersunk hole for those screws. It's not, if you use the wrong screws in there, expect your sight to move around, and it's gonna move around so small you would not be able to see it with the naked eye. But it will change your point of impact when you fire, and it won't come back to zero. So I did that check on the 9mm and put the wrong screws in it, and yeah, it moved around. It wasn't the emitter moving around, it was the whole sight moving on the mount plate because the screws were wrong. You put the right screws in there, this sight is solid. At least it's been for the 9mm. So we're gonna recheck it with the 10mm. Maybe, you know, I'll smack it around on each side. But both those videos are very disingenuous, I think, to what the sight could actually be capable of performing. And so I just want to leave that out there. Sometimes those videos, you got to really pay attention to what they're doing. Sometimes guys really test products in their junk. I'll give them that. But in this case, that wasn't my experience. So I decided to give this gun, or give this sight, another chance, another opportunity to test it from 9mm to 10. And that's what we're gonna do here. Here's that, goes in the end of the barrel. I really like this style of bore sighter, especially for the 10mm, because I don't have to worry about it shifting around inside the chamber. And I can actually see and feel that it's solid. So if you want what I think is a good bore sight, try this one out. Yeah, anyway, later in the video, I'll have pictures of the site, I'll have pictures of this thing, you know, how much this bore sight cost, and I'll have some of the 9mm footage that I've already done, and we'll try the 10 and we'll have both. I think it'll end as a pretty good video. There you have it. Have a good day, and yeah, subscribe, that'd be great. Comment would be excellent. I'll usually get back to you. And yeah, all that good YouTube stuff. Have a good one. It's the gun range. So they got a lot of training rooms down there. And bathrooms. Range is actually in there. It's pretty sweet. Yeah, they got Cougar guns. Lots of guns. Not gonna show you the patrons. But the range is pretty sweet. I think you can go online and you can see what you want to see there. So this is the pistol side of the house, rifle side of the house. And there you go. American Arms Indoor Range. All right, so we're at the range, the 10 mil. And we've got the 9, the Otter, Oak. Getting ready to shoot. There we go. All right, I had to switch over. I didn't want to shoot up. I didn't realize my Magtechs were all 10 mil. We're all 10 mil jacketed hollow point. Really don't want to burn all those up. So I'm just gonna fire 100 of those, or go to 100 of these. So ran through 50 of each so far, and sight's looking really good. Upper left is the American Eagle. All the other is the Magtech plus like about 75 rounds in there on the first one, and then 50 rounds up in that left corner, or 30 rounds so far. No, I shot 50. So here we go. No, that's 30 rounds. I'll shoot lower left, lower right. Alright, so that's 50. Alright, 10 mil. Pretty hot right now. Yeah. So let's bring this thing back down. Woo! There we go. Alright, so you guys can see. Oh. Alright, so 50 rounds, like, I don't know, 60, 70 rounds. That's 50, 30, 40 rounds right there, 45 maybe. Oh, we're at 150 plus right now. Got another 50 I'm gonna shoot on a different target. Here goes the last 50 of the 10 mil. So here you go. New target. Not great, but I'll hit you. Last 5. Upper right. Shot low, must have been me. Okay, got back from the range. I've already got the bore sighter, in the barrel. So the gun's empty, as you can see. The Zulisy sight here, the Oak, this thing, 200 rounds of 10 millimeter. Now this all came from someone on Amazon asking me a question, oh, can it handle 10 mil hot rounds? Well, I don't shoot hot rounds. I buy the rounds at the store and that's what I shoot. I don't do a plus P or anything like that. The ammo I fired was 180 grain. The HPTs might have been 200 grain, but you'll see on the box in the video. Anyhow, try to see if I can get the sight in there. It is pretty faint for me, so let me dial it up. If I could see where's the darn. That's the whole reason I went to these kind of optics, is that my vision has gotten worse. So there you go. It looks great, by the way. And for the 10 mil, shoot on this gun. This wouldn't be the optimum gun I'd want to use. In fact, I'd rather put this on my XDM in 10 millimeter. And so I'm gonna need to get with XD and try to get like a different plate so I could mount this on the XD possibly, or maybe I won't. Anyway, I run the TLR1 because I like the omnivore exterior thing. So the problem with the omnivore is it doesn't really fit a 10 millimeter. So you got to do a little grinding on the front, and so I'm just going to pop it in here so you see. So see the end of my gun, end of my pistol sticks out the bottom slightly because I had to make those grind cuts. You can do that with a Dremel or a friggin' sharp knife, but you can get the Glock 40 to fit inside there, no problem. So I'm not really trying to sell the omnivore thing there. I'm not trying to sell anything really. I'm just trying to show you what works. And what I'm going to tell you is 200 rounds of 10 mil, plus I had like extra 10 rounds in a mag of something else. I don't know what it was. The sight performed awesome. 3 MOA dot. The clicks are very audible when you change it. So originally we put the red dot in here, and we were looking at where we started from the first video as far as the, you know, is it zeroed or not? Did it stay zero during shooting? So anyway, in my opinion, yes. Although the last part of my shooting video, I don't know, maybe I was just tired or transitioning from 9 mil from the other Zulisy gun, or the Steyr gun from 9 mil to 10 mil, and then trying to shoot. Just my last shots were really crappy and all over the place. And I don't know. I don't like the fact that I need to have this on the end of the Glock because my hand's fatty, and if I get up in there, I'm afraid I'm going to get, you know, slide bite. So I have to run this, which then makes the grip to my finger here really far. And I just don't shoot that well. I shoot okay with this. I mean, I definitely I'd hit you, but I don't shoot well, not compared to my Steyr 9 millimeter. So I was trying to show you guys before as far as the laser goes, and I'll try to line the two up here. But I did have to make some adjustment. So you see the front sight post, you see where that's at, and you see the laser. So really, I think for the first video to this one, it pretty much stayed right on. I had to make a little adjustment, like I said, but other than that, it didn't move anywhere at 10 mil. Standard 10 mil ammo. Yeah, for 200 bad guys, this sight will friggin' work. It'll kill your bad guys, especially at 10 millimeter. This sight survived. It's not loose, it's not wiggly. If anything, the slide's wiggly. But the sight is excellent. And I'm going to tell you, the only thing I don't like, again, and it didn't affect my shooting at all, but you can see in here, there's a little loss of sight. You see that? Right there. On the Glock 10 mil, this thing is great. Look at the space you have right here. And the fact that this sits flat, and it's basically a Trijicon RMR copy. I mean, yeah. It's top load. It is a great sight. Handled 10 millimeter, no problem. I fired it on the P320, and I'll put that video up too. I fired it on the P320 for over 300 rounds with no issue, no change, dead on. So with 9mm, various ammo, no problem. 10mm, yeah, they advertise on Amazon, this thing can handle 10mm. Hey, Zulisy, you win. You definitely stated your claim and it survived 200 rounds. Do I have the money to shoot 1,000 rounds of 10mm? No, I don't, and I'm not going to. So, you know, here on the living room floor review, because I don't have a desktop to use, I just use the floor. Anyhow, and here, the flashlight, brighter than heck, works, no problem. It handles the 10mm as well. So if you want to run the Omnivore with the TLR1, you're gonna have to get TLR1s, and they're stupid expensive, like $140. I bought most of my TLR1s before they got to the $140 price tag. So most of mine I got between like $100 and $120. Does $20 matter? No, you spend that at McDonald's. Really doesn't matter. Would I use this to save my life, defend myself? Absolutely, because like I said, even though my shots were crap, I was still at 25 feet. And yeah, if you're in 25 feet, I don't care if I hit you exactly where I point, but that 10mm, it's going to hit within 5 inches of what I aim at, and I'm going to kill you if you want to play that game. So that's going to happen. I'm going to hit whatever I shoot at, is what I'm saying. Don't take my remarks as me wanting to kill anyone. I'm not. And I hope to never have to put myself in that situation, and neither should you. So what I would say here is, anyway, this is, this site's good. It's on. Yeah, I would definitely keep this on here. In fact, I'm probably just going to leave this site on this gun. And I'm going to take my Vortex Venom that was on here, and I'm going to put it on something else. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. We're going to decide at a later date. It survived the 10mm, so that guy on Amazon asking that question about 10mm hot loads, I can't answer that. What I can answer is that 200 rounds of standard, you know, manufactured American Eagle and Magtech 10mm had no problems. If you can see here, there's no buildup of any kind. Like I said, it sits far enough back. I had 2 jam issues, but that might have been mag related, or I don't know, me accidentally activating the slide stop. And yeah, could have just been me. Anyway, the trigger on this 10mm, by the way, it's a lot better than some other Glocks that I, like Glock 17. So yeah. Anyway, Zulisy Oak, 9mm, 10mm, yeah, it can do it. So yeah, $100. These things are around $100. The red one, not the green one, the red one I think is like 89. Guys, you can't beat that in my opinion. If you've got an RMR setup, it's only going to be RMR. You'd have to get a different plate or something, but no, this is a good site. No matter the other videos, like I said, there's another video where they just did disservice. The guy did all his crap, beat it up, and then he's jamming it off a table, goes to shoot it, and it stops working. Right in the instructions, it says if that happens, change the battery. He never did that in the video. So very disingenuous video. The other video, I think the guys had the wrong screws, or the screws moved on them, but they said earlier in the video that they didn't have the right screws, so they threw some kind of screws in there. Again, dudes, come on, man. Yeah, if you banged it from side to side and then returned back to 0 because you hit it, that tells you that your screws are not right or they're loose. So if you got a sight that's moving on the plate, yeah, it's not going to keep 0, dummies. So yeah, find the right screws or manufacture your own screws. That's what I had to do on the P320. I had to make my own screws from some 6/32. You know, and I just use a belt grinder and get them the shape and the length I need. So yeah, go to Harbor Freight, get a belt grinder, knock it out yourself. you can do it. There you go. Excellent sight, in my opinion. You'll like the dot. It's nice and small. I can only see that nice, perfectly round circle in the video. I can't see it with my real eyes because just kind of a blurry star. So that doesn't help either. Anyway, yeah, if you like my stuff I'm trying to do, subscribe. If you want more information, comment below and I'll try to get back to you. Yeah, that's all I got. So it's been kind of a while for me to get to this one at 10 mil because work and other things. And yeah, unfortunately I didn't really want to spend any more than 200 rounds worth. So if anyone wants to kick me ammo, that'd be great. I'll test it more. Anyway, have a great day.